Hey guys, and happy new year. It is now 2024 and I have recently just been playing Cyberpunk. For the first week of this year, I have non-stop put this game down and it is incredible. Once I'm hooked on a game, I usually make a review of it, but on this case, I don't know if I'm making a review because there's many Cyberpunk reviews out there. I might give my review to give people my opinion on the game, just in case if you are looking to play it in 2024 and to see how it is. But warning, it does still have some bugs, and that is what we're going to talk about today. From the first release of this game, yes, millions and billions of bugs have been eliminated, but there still are a few bugs because it is a massive game and it's probably impossible to not have bugs in this game. But in this video, I'm going to show you my top 5 bugs that I came across while playing this game, because some of them are just blatantly hilarious. Coming in 5th place is a bit of a strange glitch, where when I called for my motorcycle, it seemed to spawn inside some barriers. It was very strange indeed, but what really made me chuckle was the fact that you could actually get on the bike and try and ride it. It was just so strange being stuck in the middle of nowhere, because if I wanted to run away, I'd have to run further on and spawn my bike, which would take a while, so it took a similar time to get out than it would to actually respawn the bike anyway. After toggling between first and third person mode, the best way I could find was actually stopping the bike. I got off it and I tried to shoot the barriers, I tried to punch the barriers, but they weren't budging. But when I got back on the bike, it actually worked and I could move along and finally continue my missions. Coming in 4th place was another goofy one. This was right at the end of the game, on the final cutscene where you are speaking with Johnny. You have a lot of different choices in this, so I'm not really spoiling anything, but one of the options are to throw away the pills that V takes, and I chose to do that option first time round. And once he went to throw away the pills, they were not pills, it was the gun I was currently equipped with. And yeah, it nearly took Johnny's head off by the looks of it, and it was just a goofy one. To me, it really cracked me up. I had to save this clip and it had to go on this list just because it was just so bizarre, and the fact that it was in a cutscene as well, that makes it even better. This one was insanely frustrating, as when I was fighting a boss, well, a mini boss, they're called Cyber Psychos, I think that's what they're called, but when I was facing one of them, it actually turned invisible completely, and I've looked it up, this boss is not supposed to be invisible, so I was so confused. I was looking for it, and the worst part about it, this boss is an actual sniper. He snipes you, so he's invisible and he's a sniper. So my only way to get around this was to go into a car and put it into 3rd person mode, which I don't like doing on this game when I like to drive. I drive in 1st person mode to keep the immersion. I had to go in 3rd person mode just so I can see his floating gun running around the field and then run him over and shoot him. It was pure anarchy and super hard to do. Of course, the notorious invisible Cyber Psycho comes in 3rd place. This one was funny, but it was also a bit painful because I was trying to get the mission done and it was really hard not being able to find or see the enemy, especially in a world covered in mines and traps everywhere, and he's got a sniper. It was very difficult, but it was fun to actually navigate through it, and once I'd done it, I actually felt more achievement than I would be if I actually just beat the Cyber Psycho anyway. There was even a part where I got close and I managed to get a few close-up shots on him and a few fist punches. It was just so bizarre because I was just spraying and praying. I was just trying to roll with it and hope for the best. And in 2nd place we have the brave soul who decides to try and attack me when I can't fight back. This was funny, a little bit frustrating, but it was funny because I was in a bit of a cutscene moment. Well, not really a cutscene, but where you have to follow an NPC and you can't really shoot or do much interactions. And this smart Alec decides to start throwing punches at me, aiming his gun at me and acting all hostile. I couldn't do anything about it, so I just had to be the bigger man and walk away. Don't worry, I didn't leave it as that. Straight after this interaction had ended, I went back and finished the guy off, just for the pure audacity of pointing his gun at me. I managed to save up about 15 to 20 clips just from playing through the story, and bear in mind for the first half of the game I didn't actually do any screen recordings, so there was a lot more previously, so that just kind of shows how many bugs are in this game. So I'm going to give a honourable mention to some of the other funny glitches that were in this game. Before hitting you with my personal favourite glitch, I'm just going to say a few game breaker ones which were quite annoying. This one was when I was driving the motorcycle through the city, everything just started disappearing, the motorbike kind of just stop and freeze, and the game would kind of crash. I had to restart it to get it back to normal. And there was another one where it was close to the end of the game and I was going through this barrier, and then the game closed and I got my error message that says Cyberpunk has flatlined. Because of the nature of this actual game, I wasn't sure if this was part of the game or not, and I thought if it was, that's really clever, but if it's not, that's still really clever but really frustrating. There was also a scene with a shootout where I managed to snipe a guy's head off, and it came clean off while his body was still standing there, and I could loot him while his body was there like it was just nothing. He just lost a head, but he's carrying on with his life. Shortly after, I was caught off guard by two NPCs which I thought had twin heads, but as you can see, it's just an NPC within an NPC. NPception. And the last quick mention that I'll add in was the mystery text. This was when I was with Panam and she texted me while I was with her, and that was pretty confusing because she was there and she didn't move a muscle. Unless she's a real good texting ninja, I don't know how this one happened. And finally, my favourite glitch of them all in first place was the cyber psycho who just refused to move. No matter where I went, he was moaning and groaning and not shooting, just standing there taking bullets like an absolute champ. This was actually the first major glitch I came into, and it really cracked me up, and I thought, yes, I've just turned on the recording because this is where I'm going to start recording these glitches. It really caught me off guard because every time I approach a cyber psycho, you know they're quite a tough enemy, so I have to be stealthy, sneak around a little bit, assess the situation. I just couldn't find this guy. I was like, where is he? And when I noticed, he was just stood there not doing a thing. He was so harmless, and I actually felt quite guilty killing him like this. Please let me know in the comments below what are some of the funniest glitches that you have encountered in this game. Bear in mind, we are not hating on this game is great, but it does have glitches and some of them are funny. So please let us know in the comments below. Don't spoil much of the story for the fellow people who haven't seen this game or played this game, which is probably a very slim amount considering it's one of the best selling games in a long time. Just before I go, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been following this channel, especially from the early days. Last year I made a video saying how I wanted to be monetized this year, and we achieved it. We made the monetization thanks to you guys. I really appreciate it. Yes, it's not much, it's a little bit, a few pennies, but pennies make pounds, and that really does help, and it helps me continue putting out videos. So thanks very much for that. If you do like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, comment, do everything you possibly can to help this video in the algorithms. It all is really appreciated. Thank you very much for all your support. It's Mark from Monotech. Thanks for watching.